students. I am Sandhya Rathod from Paramguru Pathshala English Medium School, Sarsa. Today I am going to discuss one of the chapter from Standard 9 Social Science book and unit number 8, and the name of the chapter is Framing of Constitution and its Features. Now, dear students, we all know about Constitution, but how our greatest people had framed, what were their features that we should need to know in a detail. So in this chapter there is the information about how the people had framed the constitution and what are the features of this constitution. So in this chapter we will discuss what is the meaning of the constitution, what are the people, what were the people who had framed, and what are the features. So let's go ahead. Now in the beginning, first I am going to give you what is the definition of constitution. See, the definition is any systematic collection of rules designed to govern a country's regime is known as constitution. Now this is the definition. Remember student, in your exam you have to write down what is the definition of constitution. So any systematic collection of rules. What is there in our constitution? Rules, regulations, laws, what were made or our greatest people had made for the people, for the people's welfare. So here also, what is constitution? Any systematic collection of rules designed to govern country's regime. Now you might have question in your mind that why should we need constitution? Without constitution can we not survive here? See, if there is no constitution, if there is no rules, then people will be not in a control. They will do as they wish. So here constitution is too much important for our country. So for country's regime, the rules, regulations, laws, which we need, and all the rules, where did you find out? You will find out in our constitution. So this is what constitution means. So remember, again I am giving you the definition of constitution. Any systematic collection of rules designed to govern a country's regime is known as constitution. Now let's see what is the importance of constitution. Why should we need? Let's go ahead. Now constitution is the basic and most important document. I hope you know that our constitution is in written form, and as you know that it is in written form, so anytime we can read for any justice. If we need laws, we can read from that constitution. So constitution is the basic and most important document. See, if you have written something in your notebook, anytime you can read. For your exam you can read. Like in that way only, if there is a written document, so anytime, whenever you need, you can read. So here also our constitution, it is one of the biggest constitution. So it is an important document for all of us, those who are living in India. The laws of the country are based on the constitution. Whatever the rules are here in our country which are existing right now, they are the rules which has made in our, or they are the rules, or the people have taken that laws, rules from the constitution. Nobody has made, our prime minister has not made rules. What are the rules existing right now in the world? They are based on constitution. Here nobody can do as they wish. Nobody can made rules. Here rules, regulations are from the constitution. The country's constitution and the constitutional laws should be subject to relevant provisions. So, country's constitution and constitutional laws. Constitution and constitutional laws should be according to country's provisions, according to country's needs. Okay, you cannot make rules as you wish. But in our constitution, okay, all the rules and regulations are according to the country's needs. So that's why here, if there is a constitution, that constitution law should be subject to relevant the provisions. The constitution is superior to all the laws of the country. Constitution is the superior. If somebody is arguing something, then you can read that rules, that laws from the constitution. So constitution is the superior. Superior means that if you want anything, any information, okay, if you want to fight against anything, that, and if you have constitution, if you know the rules and laws of the constitution, you can win, okay, you can ask for the justice. So constitution is superior of all the laws. Constitution involves periodically changing requirements of the people's aspirations, expectations, interest, as well as the emotions which are high. And that's why, that is the reason constitution is known as live and basic document. Students, in your exam they may ask you why our constitution is known as live and basic document, because if you need to change something in our constitution, you can do, and that's why it is known as live. If there is a requirement of people's aspirations, expectations, interest, okay, periodically a government can change. In a constitution, you can make changes. So that's why it is known as live and basic document. So this is the reason that our document is known as live and basic document. So you don't need to think that Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar had written or the committee had made constitution, so now we cannot do any changes. No, according to changes, okay, according to periodical changes, people can do the changes, and that's why it is known as live and basic document. I hope students you are getting. Now let's go ahead with the process of framing the constitution. See, our chapter name is framing of constitution. So how the people had framed, what were the reasons, who had framed, which are they, who were the people. So let's go ahead. Before independence, the British government on 25th March 1946 handed the duty to the cabinet mission of 3 members to find a solution to the question of India's independence. See, in our first chapter we have seen the battle of Plassey Buxar. Okay, then they have thought that now we should be independent. So before independence, here the British government, remember the date, 25th of March 1946, they had given chance to the cabinet mission of 3 people to find a solution for India's independence. On the basis of the recommendations of the cabinet mission, the Constituent Assembly was constituted and the structure of the constitution was decided. So before independence, British government had given chance to find out India's independence, and that's why, that was the reason that people had thought that let's constitute something. Let's constitution should be made so people can behave accordingly, and that's why, that was the reason that people had started to find out rules, regulations to frame constitution. Constituent Assembly comprised 389 members from different religion, caste, gender, various geographical diversification, political representatives and experts from various sectors were included. Now what happened? People had decided, as British government had said. So that's why, that was the reason that they need assembly. They need a group of people to compromise. And that's why, as a result, 389 members had gathered from various castes, from various religion, from various genders, from various geographical diversification, political representatives, even experts. Now it was all about the Constitution of India. So we need, okay, experts from everywhere. One person cannot frame. One person has not right to frame the constitution. So people from everywhere, you need to frame the constitution. Nowadays also we have seen assembly. If government wants to pass any rule, they need permission from each and everyone. Not only a single person can take decision. So in this way also, for constitution, okay, assembly had gathered, and that's why from various departments, from various field, experts have been invited. Let's go ahead. See, here are the names who had came for the framing of the constitution. Remember some of the names, students, you have to write down in your exam. First one was Jawaharlal Nehru, who was our first Prime Minister of our India. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, H.P. Modi, H.V. Kamnath, Frank Anthony, Kanhaiyalal Munshi, Krishna Swami Iyer, Baldev Singh, and women representatives Sarojini Naidu, Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit, etc. As I told you, 389 members were there. So these are the main people who had been the part of the framing of constitution. So remember, these are the names who had played their major role for framing the constitution. Now the before I go ahead, let me tell you something about who were the chairman of this committee. Okay, and who was the president of this committee. So Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of Constituent Assembly, and Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was the chairman of this committee. Remember, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of this assembly, and Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was the chairman of this drafting committee. Now let's go ahead. This Constituent Assembly started its work from 9th November 1946. Remember date, from which date they had started. 9th November 1946. In 1947 we became independence. The Constituent Assembly met for 166 sessions spread over a period of 2 years, 11 months, and see here one mistake is there. It was not 17 days, it was 18 days. So this assembly had made, means they were there for meetings for 166 times they gathered. They discussed the rules, they discussed the laws, and it took the time of 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Remember one of the IMP question, how much the time this Constituent Assembly had taken for framing the Constitution. So 2 years, 11 months and 17 days. Members of the assembly had discussed threadbare each and every detail of its provisions, keeping in conscience the matters of constitution of different countries. Now what happened? See, these people, these experts had taken views. and laws from each and of every country. They had kept in their mind that we have to concern the people. We should not made in which we want. Okay, so they had kept everything in their mind for the framing of the constitution. They had taken different laws, rules, regulations from different countries. Okay, if you want to read, you can search on Google that from which country, which are the rules they had taken. In this constitution, there are 295 articles and 8 appendices. After amendments with 395 articles and 9 appendices, the constitution was framed. So when the constitution had framed, there was 295 articles and 8 appendices. But after amendments, after the discussion, how much it was? 395 and 9. The constitution was framed. Remember how many articles are there, how many appendices are there. On 26 November 1949, the constitution was unanimously passed in the Constituent Assembly. So on which date our constitution had already finished? On 26th of November 1949. Okay, so our constitution was ready on this date. On 26th of January 1950, the Constitution of India came into existence and India was declared as a republic nation. Now it was already ready on 26th of November 1949, but the people of government had decided that we will publish or we will show this constitution on this particular day, and they had decided a day. It was the 26th of January 1950. You know, dear students, what is there in 26th of January? On this day we are celebrating Republic Day. On this day we are thinking, we are celebrating that on this day we had got rules, we had got freedom to speak, we had got democratic world. Okay, we had rights that anywhere we can go, any religion we can believe. So according to constitution, these rules, regulations we had got. So here, okay, they had decided, the government had decided that on this day we will publish or we will declare that our constitution is ready, and every year in the memory of this day we are celebrating Republic Day. In the Indian Constitution, we have 4 lines as national emblem and national slogan Satyamev Jayate. So we have 4 lines in our national emblem. Okay, flag hosting. Remember, so in our national emblem, 4 lines are there. And what is the slogan? Satyamev Jayate means truth will always win. Remember this. What is the slogan and what is national emblem? The Constitution provides for citizenship, rights and duties of the people, directive principles of the state policy, union-state relations, elections and emergency provisions. Remember, all the rules according to our freedom, according to the rules, according to your needs, everything is there in our constitution. Everything you will, if you want to see, you have to see in our constitution. So all the rights, duties of the people, everything, principles, where will you get? You will get in our constitution. Thus, the Constitution of India is the most detailed and elaborated national document. And that's why our Constitution of India is known as most detailed and elaborated. There you will find out analysis, description of particular rules, regulation. In the beginning only I told you that our constitution is one of the longest written document. Okay, why it is long, why it is live, okay, why it is too much important, because all rules regulations are there in written form. So anytime whenever you want, you can read, you can ask your justice, you can fight for your justice, and that's why our constitution is too much important for us. Now let's go ahead with the next point. What is preamble? Preamble is the core and important part of constitution. Indian constitution begins with preamble. The words written in the preamble highlights the soul of the constitution. Now what is preamble? Okay, preamble means it is a short type of information giving knowledge about the constitution, what is there in the constitution. So it is one of the important part of constitution. See, every chapter before, means whenever we are reading, whenever we are starting to read the chapter, there is a little information about that chapter, there is a little information about the poem, that what is there in the poem. In English there is a word preface. In preface you will come to know that what is there in this particular chapter, what is there in this particular poem. In this way, in a preamble you will come to know that what is there in the constitution. In preamble there is short information about constitution, what are the rules, according to which way they had framed, okay, what were the actually they had written, everything in a very short way you will come to know if you will read preamble. So this is what preamble. I hope you understood, and it is soul of constitution. Remember, who is the soul of constitution? Preamble. Now this is the picture of preamble which is there in a constitution. So what is there? It is the picture. Okay, here I am reading what is written in a preamble. We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens. So what is there? We the people of India, we have constituted India, okay, as a sovereign, means supreme, socialist, socially secular, and in a democratic republic. Democratic means people have the right to do according to their wish. What is there? Justice is there, liberty is there, equality is there, justice for social, economic and political. You will not get anywhere injustice. Liberty is there, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship. You can express your thought, you can express your belief in anywhere, okay, in any religion you can accept. Nobody will say that you cannot accept this, you cannot worship this God, because this liberty we had got, liberty of thought. We can express our thought anywhere, just because we are living in a democratic world, we are living in a democracy. So we have the right to fight against the people, we have the right to do according to our wish, and that is there in our constitution. Equality of status and of opportunity. We have the opportunity, we have equally opportunity as well as status. So here, if you want to become IAS, they will not ask from which caste are you, from which religion are you. Equality we have got. Opportunity will be there for all the people. Nobody will ask your caste, nobody will ask your gender, nobody ask your religion, from where you are coming, nobody, because equality we have got. We have the equality. So anytime, anywhere, anything we can do according to rules and regulations. Even fraternity also we have got, means a group of fraternity means a group of people can share a common interest. So that's why, okay, see, justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, everything we had got in our constitution. And our constitute assembly this 26th day of November 1949 do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this constitution. So this is what preamble, this is what the rules regulations we have got. The preamble remained unchanged till 1976. So till 1976 there was no changes. As I told you, our constitution is live. According to situations there can be do the changes. Okay, so here till 1976 there was no changes, but in 1976 the words socialist, secular, unity, integrity of the nation were added. These words have been added. Now what is the importance of preamble? To understand the framing of any law or its interpretation. So to understand why this law has made, why this interpretation has given, so for that preamble is too much important. To understand the policy behind the framing of any law, what is the policy, why they had made this law, what is the necessity, why it is essential for our lives. Okay, so for that preamble is too much required, and for that preamble gives proper guidance. Preamble will give you proper guidance. Why? Because it is known as soul of the constitution. Preamble is nation's unity, integrity, and is the standard crust of brotherhood among citizens who are having noble sentiments and ideas. See, preamble is nation's unity, integrity, and the standard crust of brotherhood among citizens. Okay, we are the people of India. We should have brotherhood. We should feel that we are from one nation. We are from India. Okay, and we should need to add our noble sentiments, our emotions, our ideas. Okay, and preamble is nothing else but it's all about high ideas and goals. So for anything, if you have any doubt regarding any laws, any rules, any regulations, who will help you? Preamble will help you. Preamble will make you understand. Preamble will give you interpretation about any law. So to understand any rule, to understand anything, you need to read preamble. Okay, because preamble plays an important role in constitution, and preamble is a useful tool to avoid trouble in the interpretation of the constitution. Don't interpret constitution according to your own way. Don't think according to your own way. Okay, if you want to analyze, if you want to give interpretation, if you want to do something, please, before thinking, before interpreting, try to read preamble. What is there? Because preamble is the soul of constitution. I hope students you understood this much. Okay, half chapter I discussed meaning of constitution, definition of constitution, who were the people who had framed the constitution. Rajendra Prasad was the president. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was the chairman of this framing constitution, of drafting constitution. What is preamble? Why preamble is known as the soul of constitution? Okay, and why constitution is known as live document? All these questions I discussed in a detail. I hope students you understood this chapter, means this half chapter. In my next video we will go ahead with the another remaining chapter.